Ever noticed those tiny bumps appearing on your skin when you're cold or scared? You might think it's just an annoying quirk, but goosebumps are actually a fascinating window into our evolutionary past. They're a leftover survival mechanism from our hairier ancestors, and they still try to protect us today, even though they barely work anymore. In this video, we're diving deep into the science behind goosebumps and uncovering why our bodies still cling to this ancient reflex. Stick around to discover what your skin is trying to tell you. The biological mechanism, what's actually happening. So, what exactly triggers goosebumps? The process starts in your nervous system. When you experience cold or fear, your sympathetic nervous system, that's your fight or flight system, releases a hormone called adrenaline. This adrenaline travels through your body and activates tiny muscles called arrector pili muscles attached to the base of each hair follicle. These muscles contract involuntarily, pulling your hairs upright and creating those telltale bumps on your skin. Interestingly, the same trigger that makes your heart race and prepares your muscles for action also makes your hair stand on end. It's all part of the same emergency response system that's been hardwired into our biology for millions of years. The evolutionary purpose, when goosebumps meant survival. Now here's where it gets really interesting. Goosebumps weren't always useless. Millions of years ago, when our ancestors were covered in far more body hair than we are today, this reflex served a critical survival function. Picture this: a prehistoric human ancestor encounters a predator. When threatened, their hair would stand on end, making them appear larger and more intimidating, a classic intimidation display seen throughout the animal kingdom today. Think about how a cat puffs up when scared, or how a porcupine's quills stand on end as a warning. Our ancestors were doing the same thing. The raised hair also provided better insulation in cold climates, trapping warm air close to the body. Additionally, some scientists theorize that standing hair made it harder for predators to grab our ancestors by reducing the surface area they could sink their teeth or claws into. It was effective camouflage and defense all rolled into one. The modern problem: why goosebumps don't work for us anymore. Here's the irony: we've lost most of our body hair over the past few million years, yet our bodies still perform this ancient reflex. Modern humans are essentially hairless compared to our primate cousins, so when those arrector pili muscles contract today, the effect is almost comical. Instead of making us look like a threatening, bristling predator, we just get a few bumps on otherwise smooth skin. If a bear attacked you and your hair stood on end, it wouldn't intimidate the bear one bit. And as for insulation, the tiny vellus hairs on most of our bodies provide virtually no warmth no matter how vertical they stand. We've essentially evolved past the need for this reflex, yet our bodies haven't deleted the code. It's like keeping an emergency parachute system in a submarine. It's completely useless in the current context, but the biological machinery persists. Beyond cold and fear, what else triggers goosebumps? While cold and fear are the most common triggers, goosebumps have a surprisingly broad range of causes. Music is a fascinating trigger. Studies show that emotionally moving pieces of music activate the same pathways as fear, releasing adrenaline and causing goosebumps. This is why you might get goosebumps during the climax of your favorite song or when a movie soundtrack hits just right. Inspiration and awe can trigger them too. Standing in front of something magnificent, a vast mountain range, a starry night sky, or even witnessing an act of profound kindness can activate your fight or flight system, convincing your ancient brain that something significant is happening. Humans also get goosebumps from social contagion. Seeing someone else in distress or pain can trigger the reflex in you, even if you're safe and warm. Some people even report getting goosebumps from eating sour or spicy foods, though scientists still debate the exact mechanism behind that one. Vestigial traits: why evolution leaves artifacts behind. Goosebumps are what scientists call a vestigial trait, a leftover from our evolutionary past that no longer serves its original function but persists because removing it isn't necessary for survival. The human body is actually full of these evolutionary artifacts. We have a tailbone even though we don't have a tail. We have wisdom teeth that most of us don't need. We have an appendix whose original function remains debated by scientists. And we still have that reflex to swallow even when we don't need to. The reason evolution doesn't clean up these useless features is simple. If they don't actively harm us, there's no evolutionary pressure to eliminate them. Natural selection removes traits that reduce survival chances, but it doesn't bother optimizing away harmless remnants. Goosebumps don't hurt us, they're just taking up a tiny bit of metabolic energy to contract muscles that accomplish nothing. From an evolutionary standpoint, that's not worth the cost of recoding our entire nervous system. So they persist, silent reminders that we're not designed from scratch but rather evolved from other creatures. The individual variation, why some people get goosebumps more than others. Not everyone experiences goosebumps with the same frequency or intensity, and there's actual science behind why. Genetics play a significant role. Some people are born with more sensitive sympathetic nervous systems, making them more prone to triggering their fight or flight response. Interestingly, people with higher empathy scores tend to get goosebumps more easily, particularly in response to music and emotional stimuli. This suggests that our personality traits and neurological wiring influence how readily this ancient reflex activates. Additionally, sensitivity to cold varies from person to person based on body composition, metabolism, and even where your ancestors evolved. Someone descended from populations that spent millennia in cold climates might have different cold sensitivity thresholds than someone whose ancestors lived near the equator. Age also matters. Children and young adults tend to get goosebumps more readily than older adults, possibly because our nervous systems become less reactive as we age. Some people report rarely or never getting goosebumps, a condition sometimes associated with certain neurological conditions, but for most healthy humans, those bumps appear regularly throughout their lives. The bigger picture, what goosebumps reveal about human evolution. When you get goosebumps, you're experiencing a moment of biological archaeology. Your skin is responding to stimuli the way human bodies responded 2 to 3 million years ago, when our ancestors were hairier and far more vulnerable to predators and the elements. This reflex is one of countless connections we share with other mammals. If you've ever seen a dog's hackles rise when it feels threatened, you're watching the same mechanism at work, just more effectively, because dogs still have plenty of useful body hair. The persistence of goosebumps despite their uselessness today tells us something profound about evolution. It's not a process of optimization and design, but rather a process of modification and survival. We're not engineered systems with clean code and unnecessary features removed. We're biological machines that work well enough to survive and reproduce, decorated with layers of ancient programming that may no longer apply. Our goosebumps are proof that we didn't arise independently as humans, but rather evolved from hairy, vulnerable creatures that had to survive in a much harsher world. Every time you feel those bumps rise on your skin, you're experiencing a tangible connection to millions of years of evolutionary history. Goosebumps might seem like a pointless quirk, but they're actually a profound reminder of our animal origins and the incredible journey evolution has taken us on. The next time you feel those bumps appear on your skin, take a moment to appreciate that you're experiencing something millions of years old, a reflex that once meant the difference between life and death for your ancestors. If you enjoyed this video, smash the like button and subscribe so you never miss a video like this one.